Hello, welcome to the Colourful Creativity podcast. My name is Carolien, this is Binx, and this is episode 46. You can find me online everywhere as Carolien, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, Ravelry, everything you can think of. There is a blog with show notes, which is blog.carolien.nl. There's a Ravelry group for the podcast and my yarn, which is the Colourful Creativity group, and you can find it in the group section on Ravelry. And of course, I have an Etsy shop, which is carolien.etsy.com or colourfulcreativity.nl. Apparently, this one woke up and wants attention. Of course, I thought they were both napping upstairs. Let me take that opportunity to record a podcast. But no, as soon as he heard me talking, he came downstairs. And as you saw, he jumped on my lap immediately. So, first things first, welcome everyone, returning viewers of course, thank you for sticking here with me, and new viewers, thank you for checking me out, and I hope you like it here, and hit the subscribe button so you become a regular viewer. Well, this mister really wants his attention. He is not camera shy, and I also have a few clips of the cats at the end. We had some very funny moments. Let's just keep it with that. I guess we will just dive in here because, well, yeah, as the episode name says, it's the final madness. And yeah, I'm sorry if you have It's the Final Countdown in your head now, because I totally have reading the name time and time again. So let's start with my finished objects. You can see me wearing this one, and you already know that my match and move was finished, but it is really finished. The ends are woven in and it is blocked. It's about 2.2 meters in wingspan, so a little bit bigger than my own. Like, this is what's left, and it's about 60 centimeters wide. I think it's a really nice size for a normal shawl. I am aiming for a schlanket next time. I really want a big shawl. So it's really nice and comfy. I've already worn it on days that it's like just a little bit chilly for wearing just a top. And this one is just very, very nice. And of course it's then too warm for a jacket or something. So that's number one. For those of you who don't know, I knit this with Fiber Spades Vivacious 4-ply. And this one is I Knit or Die Ziggy Stardust, and it doesn't have a colorway name. I bought those in London last year when I was there for the Geeky Puff and Knit Palooza, and I washed it of course, and the water did not color. So my hands were all black from knitting, or blue actually, not black, but nothing in the water, which was like, what? So yeah, I dare to wear this on almost anything as long as it doesn't rain. I'm still a bit scared of having the blue spots on my white shirt maybe then. So for those occasions I will just get something else to wear. So next finished object that you haven't even seen yet are these socks. And yes, they look like Tetris, but they are not. These are called Pentomino socks, and the pattern is by Milene Pijpers. She's a Dutch person living in Australia, and she designed these for Sock Madness round 6. Yeah, round 6. And this is how the front looks. Isn't that just so much fun? This is knit with Intarsia, and the nickname for this one is, or my nickname for this one is actually Intarsia Madness. It was a lot of fun to knit. I can even show you the inside. because I will win all the ends. I will win all the ends. I was that good. Here you can see. This was a really fun knit, and it was the semi-finals of Sock Madness. So it was the last group round. So you have the rounds that go inside your group, where your group gets smaller every time. And the last round, the big final, is the best of every team. And I thought, well, if I'm gonna try, I was number 2 with round 5 in my group. I was like, ooh, that's exciting. I could have been number 1 if I didn't take the nap and didn't have the course that I took that evening. So I went on with those socks in the evening until late to finish them. And yeah, well, the lady who won first place in that round, she did not even show any progress, didn't communicate with anyone, wasn't really socially active, and I of course am. I chat a lot on Ravelry, and I show progress on Instagram, etc. I like that part of that competition, so I was like, I actually really want to win now, and I did not really want her to win. So these socks, the pattern came out on Sunday around noon, I think it was, and I was like, I have to win, so I'm gonna knit like crazy, which I did that day. At first I had to see how the intarsia worked. So it's a toe-up sock. I was knitting these just, yeah, toe-up just like I normally do. So that was easy for me, but the toe is not knit normally. The toe is actually a short row toe. So you cast on here, then you knit a toe flap, and then you knit the other side. Hi Binx, you want attention? You want attention? Okay. Oh, you're gonna do washy on camera. And I cannot talk. So let's not do. No. So that was the first thing that was different. Then the intarsia in the round is actually there and back again. And you have to pre-twist your yarns. So you are knitting with the loop instead of with your normal yarn, which makes it also interesting. But I managed to do about a foot on the first day. Then I really had the technique going. Then I did the heel, the gusset, the heel, and the rest of the leg part on the second day. And I already cast on the toe of the second sock. And then on the third day, which was Tuesday, I was like, okay, now I really have to keep going. I really have to try and finish this today, latest early Wednesday morning, because I knew I had a lunch date on Wednesday and course again Wednesday evening. And I was like, those people can knit a sock in 2 days as well as I do. So on Tuesday, I knit the whole second sock. And I was like, after dinner, I think I was past the heel already. I only had this left. But I was a bit tired from dinner and knitting all day, and my hands were a little bit painful. I never knew that your knuckles could hurt that much. So I decided after dinner to knit this cuff and to place a photo of a single sock online. It was like 7 p.m. And then I picked up this one again, knit the whole cuff, and I was like aiming for about 12 at night. And it got like, I think I was aiming for 1, and it was like 12:30. So I really knit fast on this one. And I finished first. So I won from my team, and I was first in the Olivine Laurie's team, which was like, yay, big victory for me. I never expected that beginning Sock Madness, that I could even have a chance on being the first in my group. And I was in a slower group, like the first one finished in about 20 hours, her full pair of socks. So yeah, not gonna make that at all, but I had a fighting chance in my own team, and that was the biggest victory for me. I had painful shoulders, painful arms. It was aching all over, muscle ache everywhere. I couldn't even lift my arms higher than this the next day. I couldn't even move my hands because they were like, ugh. I think I haven't knit in 3 or 4 days because I just didn't feel like picking up any knitting needles. But hey, I had one. And then there was another round, which was the finals. Well, I will tell you later about that. I will tell you more about this sock. I used a 2.5mm needles as said. The pattern is called Pentominos from the game Pentomino, which I didn't know, and everyone else said, oh, they are Tetris socks. Yeah, well, Pentomino is a game where all shapes have 5 squares for the size, and you have to fit it in a specific sized block. This block was 4 by 15, and you could only use every object once. I was very, very happy that the designer had a predefined subset of things already, because if I would have to puzzle on this, I think it would have taken me a day extra. And I mirrored for both socks, so you can see they're mirrored, and I switched all the colors. The yarn I used, the gray one, is GB Wolle Sprint, the one I also have in my Etsy shop. I thought I need a really, really light color, so all the rest of the color really comes out, and that really was a success. And then I used all kinds of scraps. Colourful Creativity yarn, Undercover Otter yarn from the Advent calendar. That's the sparkly one. That's an Undercover Otter. This is Opal. This is Draps Fabel. Probably this is Colourful Creativity. Yes, Binx. Wow. These are scraps I got from swaps, because you actually only need about 2.5 to 3 meters per square, and I pre-cut those because it's so much easier to have a little butterfly to work with than the huge balls. Well, I know a 5 or 10 gram ball isn't huge, but it is huge when working on this, because sometimes you have to knit with 4 colors at the same time, and it's just horror with intarsia in such a small distance. It's only 8 stitches, so it really is crazy. I had a lot of fun with this. I never thought I would pick up that technique so quickly, but yeah, I did. And these are my most favorite socks from the whole Sock Madness, I think. I am very lucky because my gauge was a bit bigger apparently. It was exactly on gauge, but these are so stretchy and they fit me. They even fit me a bit loosely, so I guess Robert will get them and he's really excited. But this is a pair of socks that I would knit again without a doubt. So I guess I'm gonna knit myself another pair, but with a bit of softer yarn. This is a really sturdy sock yarn, which is perfect for Robert, but I prefer my socks smooth merino-like. I am a luxury girl, apparently, yarn snobby, etc. But for knitting these for the competition, it was awesome. So that's that finished object. Then I have all the other socks from Sock Madness here, and I wanted to show you all of them together. It is a lot. Let me take them. wait, those are wrong. There, these there, and then these. So these are all the socks I knit in the past 2.5 months, which is like madness, really madness. So first pair, Twisted Madness, which is a present for a friend. Well, she knows it, but she's gonna get them for her birthday. She's not watching, so she knows they fit her. This pair is also for a friend, and I'm really hoping they will fit. This pair is called Twisted Madness, and you can all find them back in my Ravelry notebook, my project page. So 2 pair for a friend. This is what I call Stranded Madness, and these are way too small for anyone. So I'm gonna make some mittens out of these. These will get frogged, and I think this is a very pretty mitten like this. So I'll just do something like this with it. I can see if I can use a part of this for a thumb gusset or something. I'm not a stranded knitter. It's really awful. Then there's this pair. Again, this one is knit on a smaller size and this one is on a big size, so it fits me and the foot is perfect, but I really don't like the cuff. It's not stretchy, it's soggy and it drops. I don't like that fit for a sock. So I'm gonna cut these here, probably, maybe even lower, and I'm gonna pick up those stitches. I'm gonna knit a cuff and attach it to this one. And I even have to do the toe, make it a little bit longer because, well, this one is a 9" and this one a 10.5, as you might be able to see. I did put the sheep in the same spot, so I only have to do this part. Here you can see the difference. So that one needs sock surgery as well. Then we have the beautiful beaded pair. That's also a little bit too big. This is my Beaded Madness. These are really nice. These are knit with smooth sock, my own hand dyed, and they are so soft. So I really wanted these to fit me, but I knit a little bit too far. So I think I have to get about 4 rows out of the toe, which is fine. I will just open up the toe because Robert is not really the yellow beaded sock kind of guy. I do understand it. They look a little bit female. So I'm gonna do some sock surgery on this one as well. So that will be my pair. This is another pair for a friend. I have a reasonably wide cuff and a short foot, and it fits her perfectly, so she's my Cinderella for this one. I never expected to find someone for these. This is the Mosaic, so Mosaic Madness, the clover, honey and clover it was called. So 3 pairs for friends, 3 pairs for sock surgery, and then of course this pair for the ups. I have to see if they soften up when I wash them and block them a bit. So yeah, that was the whole Sock Madness finished pairs. And I will admit, all socks that do not need sock surgery are already having their ends woven in. Yay! I did it. I just sat down and did it all. So I will get the next project. So we will go on with whips in this Exploding TARDIS bag by All About Yarn. Yes, you can focus on the logo. Is the big grand finale sock of Sock Madness. And this is called the Final Madness. I have to blend in the name of the socks because I'm a bit afraid how to pronounce it. Fioraliti. It's some Icelandic stranded technique, I think that it was. I have to admit, I threw them aside as soon as the winner was announced because I lost it this final big time. I knew that. This round started on Sunday at 5 p.m. my time, which is about 11 a.m. in the US, and that meant that I had to cast on in the evening, and it was 4 color stranded knitting all at the same time. What? Yeah, that. I will blend in a photo of the sock, how it should look, because I did not have the pattern at hand and it was black and white, so you couldn't see it very well. But it's crazy. It had a cast on I had never done, so kept on trying that one. It took me quite a while to figure it out. Then there was a normal 2x2 ribbon, which was totally fine. And then the fun started. It was so tight, I couldn't even move it around. It was like going this way after a very loose cast on. It's still doing that, but okay. Then I ripped it all out and went to bed. Of course I picked up the stitches because I didn't redo that part. I was like, well, I have a course tomorrow all day. It's not gonna happen that I do anything. And on Monday evening, or actually during the course already, the first one finished. On Monday evening I managed to do this little bit of re-knitting. Here you can see it. 4 color stranded knitting at the same time. It's like a diamond shape there, and then stripes on the side, and a mishmash of colors there. You don't see a pattern yet. So yes, what can I say about it? It's gonna be ripped. This technique is mind-blowing. You do 1 row with 2 colors and then another row with the other 2 colors, and you slip the stitches that need to be done, but that way you slip colors, and it's really tight to pick those colors up. And I was like, nope. So I tried to knit with 4 colors stranded at the same time. It worked, but after every round these 4 balls were so tangled it took me like almost 10 minutes to untangle. Not the thing you want to do in a competition. And then at 10 p.m. my time, the 3rd one was finished and the whole sock madness was over. So I was like, okay, let go. I don't have to do this. I was teaching a knitted knockers course on Tuesday, and the lady there was a mod in Sock Madness, so we had a nice Sock Madness chat as well, and we had quite some fun. It was like, okay, I think I know what I'm gonna do with this. I'm gonna rip that 4 color part again. I'm gonna skip that part of the cuff and just immediately start with the leg, because I do like the look of the sock. And I will just have a 2 color 4 color sock, because from the leg on you knit with 2 colors at a time. You do have 4 colors, but you only use 2 at a time. I think that would be a very smart move. So this ball doesn't even belong there. I switched the yellow with the pink, which made this way more lively than it would have been. Because this green with this yellow is not, yeah, it looks nice. It's a mustardy yellow, but it makes it look meh instead of pow. What I'm using here is leftover yarn from the Pentomino sock. This is the GB Wolle, the Sprint in light gray. These are both Drops Fable, and actually the pink one is also Drops Fable. So yeah, I might just leave it in here for a long while, but it is an interesting sock to knit. But I might also say that I'm a bit socked out at the moment, or at least something with a heavy pattern. Ooh, you just had food and water. I can smell. So I haven't even been knitting a lot. I was like, really, I just didn't feel up to it. I just yesterday got my sock out in my knit and stitch bits bag. It is the Rainbow Ridges sock. I will show it to you closer so you can see it. It grew a little bit, and if you think you can knit a pair of Intarsia socks in 3 days, then a pair of simple plain vanilla should be done in like 2. I know, I don't feel up to it. I have to say, I knit like crazy that day, so I started at 9 AM and I finished at midnight, so yeah. Oh, Binx, it's not handy. Yarn I'm using is the No Rainbows Without Rain. Yes, I'm wrestling my cat behind that yarn. You can see it probably. I cannot see anything because I have a cat in my view. No Rainbows Without Rain. This is the smooth sock set, and it comes with a mini of 20 grams of solid gray. So you can do some nice contrasting heels, cuffs, toes, whatever you want. That's what I'm gonna do. Here's the card. That always comes with it, and it has the info on it on this side. I'm knitting these on 2.25 millimeter needles because the yarn is nicely rounded and not fluffy like a soft sock, and that makes it really nice and smooth. And I think for that a 2.25 millimeter is just prettier. It makes it a bit more tight. I might have gone a bit more loose in my gauge as well. So pattern I'm using is really not a pattern, it's just a plain vanilla with some purl stitches on the right places. Oh Binx, really? Is this not the final madness? Is this the big Binx show? Yes, is it? Is it? You're annoying brat. You're an annoying brat. You're an annoying brat. La 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 la. You're an annoying brat. Yeah, sometimes you are. Oh, your sister is coming, Sue. I can hear her triple down downstairs. So, she's also an annoying brat. I have some photos, and we'll add them to the end, where she really is demanding her attention while I am finishing the first sock of the Pentominos. It was like, I want to knit. Go away, puss. Go away. Nope, she didn't. And then I had her here. I took her, she was trying to wash my ear and also doing this to my face. She was like almost in my eye. And I just let her, I just kept on going. So Robert made photos because it was quite funny. So then, next part is the fun part, because of course when you win and you knit so well and you get your goals, because my goal was actually finishing those socks around earlier and getting to round 6. Just getting to round 6, not winning round 6 and getting to round 7. And I had that goal. I was like, oh, well, I made my goal, so now I have to celebrate and I can get myself a prize or something, so I can really feel it that I did something great. So I have ordered a new project bag, which came online and was like, I love that when she showed the photo already. So I had to have it. This one is made by Kwast, Kwijt en Quilts, and she actually lives in Enschede. She's really nice and she has some really nice project bags, so go check her out. She has this on the inside, and now I'm in doubt if I already showed this to you last week or last time. Well, if so, I'm sorry. Then I forgot. I didn't know it anymore. So, well, this one I got. Then I got myself some lace. Lace, Carolien. Again. Yes, again. 2 skeins of the same and it is Manos del Uruguay, just Manos lace, which is so soft. It is a 70% alpaca, 25% silk, and 10%, wait, and 5% cashmere. This is so soft. It is so soft. So soft. Yes, you are softer. You are softer and you are fluffier. Yes, yes, yes. I will put it away before you get jealous. I plan to make a Nayad shawl with that, which is a beaded shawl, and it is from Knit Filament, which I talked about a few episodes ago in a review. I really love the look of the shawl, and I love the beaded stuff. So I want to use that yarn for that. I don't have a green shawl yet, and I love that color. Then the really big prize I got myself. It is in this wonderful Cross and Woods tote bag that came with it, which is awesome, so thank you for that. I ordered myself a Pom Pom magazine because I really like the look of a cardigan that was in there. Let me find it for you. This one. Also this color. Oh my god. I love yellow. And the pattern is called Anniversaire and it's by Vera Valimaki. And the yarn is actually a La Bien-Aimée merino DK yarn. And yeah, it's just beautiful. Look at those cables and the honeycomb. I am a huge fan. You want to sniff the paper, Binx? You want to sniff the paper? Yes. So that's one. You cannot just order a Pom Pom magazine, right? So I ordered for my Find Your Fade shawl some skinny singles in the colorway Fool's Gold. And this is of course Hedgehog Fibers yarn. Again, yellow. I love yellow. And it needs to be in my fade. I am actually aiming for a rainbow fade, but with all my own colors. So they're the fall, spring colors. Then I noticed they have hedgehog fiber. And it also has sparkle. So this is sparkly merino, which is like 75% merino, 20% silk, 5% sparkle in a combed top. Here you can see all the colors. I needed that in my life. Really big time. It's really soft. I will leave it in because it crinkles and because of Binx. Yeah, because of you, big fluff master. So I will also put it back in the tote bag because I know my Binx. I really know him. He's a naughty boy. Well, actually his sisters might even be more naughty. I was hand winding balls of yarn, the leftovers, so I could put them in my jar. But I had left them on the table and went to make coffee for Robert in the kitchen and breakfast for myself. When he got up to come join me for breakfast, he noticed that Binx was chewing something. Apparently Leia had managed to get the ball of yarn from the table. She's not allowed on the table, so that's step one. And feed it to her brother. Like, here brother, eat this. I'm gonna kill you. She does that a lot. She will fetch it and he will eat it. So she will just be naughty for getting it. And then he will be dead because of eating it. So yeah, that's just really nasty. So now I've got something that's making noise because I went to shop in a store. It's a Danish or Scandinavian store. I'm not sure. I think it's Danish, but well, it's a really great store. It's called Sostrene Grene. If I pronounce that right, probably not. So any Scandinavian people, correct me. Please let me know how you pronounce that. These are rattle boxes, as you can hear, which you can put into toys or thingies. And you know I'm a big toy maker, not, but I do like the idea of having them. And these are squeakers. Oh, that one's not working, of course. Here you can hear it. Binx is actually already looking at me like, what? What's that? What's that? So I guess I'm gonna be making a cat toy with that noise. And then I found these two. And I was like, so cute. Notions pouches. Well, they're not that, but I will use them for that. What do they call these here? Oh, they don't have a name. Fine. One with a cat. And one with a unicorn. So cute. So, and with all those competition socks, I thought it would be fun to join another sock competition. Yeah, I did. I joined the Tour de Sock, which is a sock competition, also a speed knitting competition, but it is in teams and it is for a good cause because they donate the money from signing up, which is $7.50 to Doctors Without Borders. I think that's a great cause, and there are moderate teams, there are really active teams, and there's also the relaxed teams, and I'm on a relaxed team, and if I do not get any points, I'm totally fine with that. But they also have sponsor yarn, and you get discount codes for the yarn. So I might have ordered 2 skeins of Lanitium X Machina, which translates to wool from the machine. Like Deus Ex Machina, but then wool, which is Lanitium. Yes, I googled that yesterday. This colorway is called Queen of Elves, and this colorway is called Freak Circus. And my stash is actually lacking pinks and purples, so I thought I might add this. And this is a merino sock yarn, but it is not as soft as I was hoping for. It is 75-25 merino nylon, 100 grams is 400 meters. So yeah, it's a normal sock yarn. And I hope to use this actually quite quickly. Yeah, I know, I have a big stash, but using sponsor yarn means bonus points. So maybe I will get a few points. After all, I think you only get points for finishing a pair of socks, and I am actually not intending on finishing socks in 10 days. But maybe there's a pretty pattern. I will just do 1 pair of socks, then the next one I skip, and then again. So it starts on July 15th, and you'll have about 10 days to join. I think June 25th. I think. I have to check that, and I will put it in here if it's not right. But you can check it out on Ravelry. I will put the link to where it goes in those Tour de Sock groups in my show notes. So, you are distracting me, sir. Yes, you are. You are looking at me and flirting. I already fed you. Yes, you have water, you have food, lots of chow chow. Oh my god, you're really sticky today. You never stay with me that long. So, and then what's up for shop news and what I've been up to? Well, what I've been up to is getting my sewing mojo back. And I did. Remember maybe this one I got from the Geeky Puff and Knitpalooza ticket table. I had to fix it because the zipper was stuck every time because the fabric came in between. Well, it doesn't anymore because I put in some top stitching. But that meant you can see a double row of top stitching actually now, because this one hadn't top stitched the inside, only the outside fabric, which was like, why? but I don't care. I have a working teacups bag and I'm really happy with that. So yeah, I had to demolish the total inside of the bag. I had to rip all the seams out, all around it, and then turn it inside out, sew it all, and yeah, it works now. So that was project 1. Then I had a custom order from someone who wants to take this bag to her mother in Morocco, and she's like, I need it for medicine, not for knitting. So here I got it. A big extra large boxy bag in Dutch fabric, and the inside is lined with dark blue. So yes, and I now know I like wedge bags more than boxy bags, so I made this wedge bag for myself. Of course, this color, it couldn't be going anywhere, and it was just these bits of fabric. More is not in the house anymore. Orange lining, orange zipper, and then I noticed I'm out of nicely colored matching zippers, so I ordered some zippers, a lot of zippers actually, but I did have a pink zipper, and this was also a request, so I finished this one, and this one has a little extra. I did some embroidery with my machine. It's not showing up really well because of the brightness of the pink, but here you can see little flowers. Laya was on the table. I have some really beautiful peonies on there, and I guess she wanted to sniff them out. Miss Little Witch. So you can see it. Inside is also pink. So this one was a request, and yeah, well, a custom order kind of thing. And I think it's kind of time to start sewing again for not custom orders and for not me. I do have one special request from Robert. He picked out some blue Star Trek fabric, so I will make him that, but I have to wait for dark blue zippers, so that might take a week or 3. And yeah, in other shop news, what is already in the shop is this cute leather holder, stitch holder kit by Coco Knits. It is 2 interior threaded needles made of nickel plated steel and 3 lengths of leather cords. It comes with a nice booklet with how it works. Here are the leather cords, and here you can see the needle tips. So you can screw the leather cords with the needle tips, and then you can use those to hold your live stitches. You don't have to get a thread of something, and because it's leather and really nice and rounded and smooth, you can very easily knit also from that needle tip. So it holds your sweater body, or it holds 2 sleeves. And inside this really nice reusable craft box is also a layer of 100% wool felt, so you can put some stuff in here and it doesn't really make a nice. Then I also have the stitch fixer, which is a double-sided crochet hook, which is really handy and also sticks to the knitter's keep, of course. So, and these are all in shop. Also the knitter's keep, not in orange, but you can just send me a message if you want an orange one. The orange one is sold out, but I have gray, green and blue available at the moment. So I guess with that and adding the clips of the cats at the end, that will be enough. I do have one more thing to say, which is I have a really nice special offer for you from Frock Creations, my friend Monique. She is offering 15% off everything in her shop, with the coupon code Colourful 2017. So if you want a really nice project bag and you don't want to wait for mine, or you want a different design, or you want something local because she's in Canada and you can have it way faster than when I ship it, or just because she has beautiful designs, go ahead and have a look at her Etsy shop. It's frogpeakcreations.etsy.com, and I will of course put that link in the show notes. So use the coupon code Colourful 2017 for 15% off. So thank you for Monique for doing that. And with that, I guess I will see you again in 2 weeks. Bye bye.